Yo, what's up guys? Dynasty back with some more Mortal Kombat 1 MK Uno for you on this fine Thursday afternoon because we got a few things of note to discuss. Well, we actually got a response from Andrew Boon, and it's that he is not doing the voice acting for Homelander. You guys remember a couple days ago when we got our teaser, a lot of people were suggesting that maybe our Johnny Cage was also double dipping and maybe being Homelander. Well, he came out and gave us an official statement. It's not him, so I got that video for you guys in a few. Also, you remember how Ed Boon shared not one, two, but three different images of this Mortal Kombat 1995 movie skin for Scorpion? Well, fate unknown, the leaker that leaked the details of the gameplay trailer before the gameplay trailer dropped, essentially the leaker that's never been wrong, is back after being gone for about a month and shared some insight on when we can expect this 1995 Scorpion skin to drop for the game. Sadly, it's kind of a nothing burger, but still, it's an update. And lastly, secret brutalities that you can't trigger, including form of auto, yeah, and a bunch of other characters on the roster. Interloko has data mined some new stuff that we still can't pull off that are probably gonna be dropping sometime in a future update. So before we break all this stuff down, if you guys do me a solid, please, it takes you 1 second. Drop a like on the video. I want to say thank you guys for showing your love on my multiverses video yesterday. Not even kidding, it was 2 years and 1 day since my last one with this game dropping at the end of May. I figure, hey, it's probably going to be marketed like crazy for the next few weeks. Why not talk about it? Especially because if you're like me, you kind of need a break from Mortal Kombat 1, play another cool casual fighter, and it's free. Multiverses is nice to have back, so probably doing some more multiverses content on the channel. So if you watched that video, I love you. If you missed it, click a card right now. Without further ado, though, let's talk about MK Uno M1 Combat. So first things first, the update from Andrew Boon in regards to not voicing Homelander. Initially, this was the response that he gave somebody when asked about his Instagram story post where he said he'd been looking forward to Homelander finally dropping since they recorded the lines. Essentially, people were thinking that maybe that meant he was doing the voice acting for him. If you compare the voices, it kind of sounds like Johnny to some extent. Regardless, he shut that down quick when asked in the DMs. He said, I'm talking about the intros with Homelander and what the creative team at NetherRealm Studios are doing with the design work. I've gotten to portray the best character in Mortal Kombat, but I'm also a genuine fan of the game and all the amazing work the creative team put into making this game a blast for the fans. I hope that answered your question. I'm probably going to do a post now to clear this up, but feel free to share this DM. And again, following this, we actually got a full-blown video from Andrew Boon, our Johnny. Before that, the actual quote for the video says, may this clear up any misperceptions my post about Homelander coming to Mortal Kombat 1 might have triggered yesterday. Boom! Here's the video in all its glory.
Apparently, the post I made the other day about being excited about Homelander coming to the MK universe was interpreted vastly differently than I was intending, and has apparently launched some wild speculation that I am the person who's voicing the character. So, to set the record straight, I am not. And before you ask, I have no idea who is. You see, we record these sessions sometimes like years in advance, and my post was talking about how much fun I remember having recording all of the Johnny intros with Mr. Psychotic Milkman, and how excited I am to see what the NetherRealm creative team has done with them. I'm also a huge fan of the boys, so I personally thought it was dope as fuck that we got Homelander.
So boom, there you go. Clarification from Johnny again. I'm just waiting to see who's actually doing the voice acting for Homelander. I just wish it could be Antony Starr, and this whole conversation wouldn't be happening because, again, even NetherRealm Studios animators are saying, knowing how the people on the internet can be, I think it's this actor's choice if he wants the spotlight or not, and that's understandable, but man, it's just making us question who's it going to be. Everybody's convinced that it's Chris Cox because the credits mentions Chris Cox, and of course he is the voice actor that impersonated the Arnold in Mortal Kombat 11's Terminator, so everyone keeps saying Dynasty, it's Chris Cox, he's in the credits. IMDb says it's Chris Cox. Hey, in case you didn't know this, anybody can edit IMDb. The Thinny once said I was the voice of Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 1, and that lasted for like a week or so. So anybody can edit IMDb. It's not the end-all be-all. We don't know. There is no 100,010 gazillion % confirmation. It's Chris Cox. I will say this though, you guys do know how apparently we're getting Conan the Barbarian in the Combat Pack 2 or the story expansion. Oh, spoilers, my bad. The rumor's been around for a long time. If you haven't heard that, this is talked about even before MK1 was officially announced and revealed. But obviously it's probably going to be the Arnold's Conan the Barbarian. And if that's the case, that just means that they're going to use Chris Cox for Conan the Barbarian because they couldn't get the Arnold for this game either. So again, that could be why Chris Cox is in the actual credits. I'm just saying, I don't know. If you're still holding out for Antony, there's still like a 1% chance. It might not be Chris Cox. I think it probably is, but again, we have to just wait and see. So there's your update in regards to Homelander's voice actor, and let's talk about your update in regards to the Scorpion 1995 movie skin that Ed Boon shared just a few days ago. I believe it was like last Friday, if I'm not mistaken, right before he ended up at CCXP. Well, Fate Unknown's back on Reddit, doing the thing that he always does and sharing some insights over on the Mortal Kombat Leaks subreddit. Somebody asked, so when are we getting the 1995 Scorpion skin? And out of hiding, the man who never misses, Fate Unknown said, not with Homelander. From there, he said, this skin is not one of the skins available next season. So like I mentioned earlier, it's kind of a nothing burger. This could mean it's dropping before the start of next season, or more than likely after next season. So not with Homelander, which means that if he's not dropping with Homelander, the skin, will it drop with the next DLC character, Takeda, who's probably dropping around August? Speaking of August, August is actually when the initial Mortal Kombat 1995 movie debuted in America. I believe it was August 18th, 1995. So maybe, I don't know how many years that is, but if they do release this skin alongside Takeda in August, it coincides with the Mortal Kombat anniversary for the first film. That could very well be the case. Throw in the fact that, you know, when Takeda drops in Mortal Kombat 1, we're not going to have another cameo fighter dropping because Ferra's dropping before Takeda after Homelander. So maybe this drops a week after Takeda or 2 weeks after to kind of fill that void between now and the story expansion or the Combat Pack 2 DLC, whichever one that NetherRealm Studios, you know, WB, picks to drop first. That could be a thing too. So take that for what you will. Again, kind of a nothing burger, but I'm assuming based on him saying not next season, I don't think this season, it'll probably be saved for August to coincide with the movie anniversary. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? I'm not from the future, but if that happens, hey, we were right. So finally, the last topic of the day. Shout out to Interloko. Data mining, the most recent Movado patch. And speaking of Movado, isn't he OP? Seems like the majority of the roster is pulling off like 50% combos with ease with Movado, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the new cameo fighter. But Interloko came out a few days ago and mentioned that Movado actually has a third brutality in the game files dubbed Travel Plans. The input is the same as the first brutality, but you must hold up. Same can be said, kind of sort of, for even Ermac. Ermac has another brutality dubbed Dropped Off, where you hold away during the hit, and the final hit must come from an enhanced Witch Slam. Sadly, still not triggerable in the game. Peacemaker has not one, but two brutalities that can't even be done. One actually called Drop 'em that has a preview image which I can't show, sadly. And the seventh one being Death from Above. So few characters, cameo and regular roster characters, that are missing these brutalities despite having them in the game's actual source code. Just a few days ago, I covered how both Sub-Zero and Sindel have these brutalities that have zero information in the game's actual source code, yet the CPU is pulling them off, and I believe they're not the only ones. And Interloko has a whole compilation about every one of these, I guess you can call them secret brutalities that only the CPU AI can do. So I'll have that video linked down below. So massive shout to Interloko for letting us know that, well, some of these DLC characters, and well, the whole roster really, continues to get secret brutalities that can't be done. But guys, that is all I got for y'all today. Again, an update in regards to Homelander's voice actor, WB. Pay the man. Give us Antony Starr. You gave us him drinking his bottle of milk, breast milk. You animated that tongue. Come on, pay the man. Pay him. And also a quick update in regards to the movie skin that Boon shared a few days ago for Scorpion. Overall, Mortal Kombat 1 is doing pretty decent. They haven't done any big oopsies lately. There's not any game-breaking glitches yet from what I've seen. They're cleaning things up. Next season should be fun. Trying to be optimistic here. Ultimately, I just wish we had a 1v1 mode at this point. I feel like this cameo shit can just be too OP at times, and I just kind of miss traditional 1v1 at this point. Just want more options, you know what I mean? Full-blown tag team mode, your standard cameo assist mode, a 1v1 mode, bring back lobbies, you fix King of the Hill cross-platform, bring online practice, maybe a Crypt DLC, I'm just saying, maybe. A lot they could improve on. We're approaching the first year of the game being out. We'll see what they have in store for us. But guys, that's all I got for y'all today. What do you think of everything we discussed? If you enjoyed the video, do me a solid, please take a second, drop a like on it. Subscribe for some more MK content like this on the channel. Till next time, I've been your host, Man Dynasty. You guys, please take care, stay safe. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.
Dead guys, pockets full of dead guys, like the walking dead, y'all. Dead guys, pockets full of dead guys, like the walking dead, y'all. Rocket to his head.